What's going on, guys? Ridiculous Ripley here, bringing you hopefully a fast tutorial on how to download and install LSPDFR into your GTA 5 game. Now, to start off, I want to tell you that you need to first at least be able to save your game in the regular Grand Theft Auto. So you want to go in there and you want to do that first heist that you have to do with what is it, Michael and Trevor. And then once you load in and you become wow, I just drew a blank. Franklin, sorry. Once you become Franklin, you gotta race his buddy, and then you gotta finish that mission. And then once you're able to save it at his house, then you'll be able to install LSPDFR and open it up and run it smoothly. This is gonna be a short series. I'm gonna download LSPDFR. I'm going to also make short videos on how to install some of other important mods. So definitely stay tuned for that. If you're new here, go and click that like button. Excuse me. I'm going to try to make this a really quick video so you guys can get it installed and start playing. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hop right into it. First off, you're going to also need, obviously need, Grand Theft Auto. So once you've got Grand Theft Auto installed, you want to find your path. My path is going to be different than yours. It's going to automatically download to Windows C unless you change it. If you need to know how to find where it's at, let me show you really quick. You're going to open up Steam. Just because you have to make sure LSPDFR is in the same folder as that it's downloaded in, obviously. So you go to Steam, close out the ads, of course. Find Grand Theft Auto. You're going to right-click on it, go to Manage, and then Browse Local Files. Okay, and it's going to bring up your file manager. It's going to take you straight to it. So here you can see mine's in D, Steam Library, Steam Apps, Common, Grand Theft Auto 5. Yours may be different, but as long as it looks similar to this, you're in the right spot, okay? So you can go and exit out of Steam at this point. You're going to go to right here. Okay, the link will be down below. It's LSPDFR. Click on the Downloads tab up here, and you can see here that it's for the update, the Los Santos tuners. And just give you some information here. It also gives you a path for how to update Script Hook. Also, you just download it. If you're installing this for the first time, you're just downloading, you're not updating. Script Hook is important for a lot of the other mods that you're going to be putting in. One of the main ones, ELS, to have your different stages of lights and be able to customize your lights a little bit better and things like that. So once you get to this page, you're going to go and click the download button. It's going to bring you to this page. Okay, it's going to show up as a, it might show up as a virus, and your computer might try to tell you that you shouldn't download it, but I assure you it's 100% safe. Millions of downloads. Just see many downloads. Looks like 9 million downloads, and it's still rising, guys, okay? So it's safe. People's downloading it. You're going to go and click download this file. These are the terms, the license agreement, the sync user agreement, Rage native UI, all this stuff. More than likely to read it. I just skip past it. Agree and download, and you're going to go ahead and click the manual install. Okay, it's going to take maybe a few seconds, a couple minutes to install or download on your computer. However, I'm going to skip this part because I've already got it downloaded, guys, right here. Okay, so now that we have that downloaded, you're going to bring up your GTA 5 main directory, which I showed you guys how to get to that, so just go and find it and pull it back up. Once you find that, like I said, it should look similar to this. You're going to open up your WinRAR. Close out of that because you do not need to buy it. And this is like your main root. This is the root of LSPDFR. All the little stuff that you see in other videos just gets slapped in later on, okay? So right now we're just going to focus on this. We're going to highlight all of these. Make sure you don't highlight the two dots up top. And then you're going to left control and click license. Okay? It's okay if you drag that in, but it's not necessary. It just takes up more space. So once you've got that done, you're going to drag and you're going to drop into this buffer zone. If you have something highlighted or you're over top something like this, you don't want to do that because it's going to mess everything up. Make sure you're in this buffer zone, and then once you're there, just drop it. It shouldn't ask you to replace anything, but if it does, go ahead and click replace files. Excuse me. And this is just showing you how to install the LSPDFR mods, or the LSPDFR mod itself. Like I said in the other videos, I'm going to show you how to install all the other ones, okay? Once you got that there, if it's still highlighted, you can scroll through and see everything that I put in. I put in a Rage plug hook, a few other ones down in here. Let's see, LSPDFR. Let's go to configurator. You want to show license. This is just a disclaimer. Go and click accept, and then it's going to pop up with something else. You're going to say do it for me, okay? So now it says it's successfully been installed. Click OK. So again, how to get to there. This is your main directory, GTA 5 directory. That's what you're going to hear a lot of people call it. You're going to click on LSPDFR and do the one with the picture right here, okay? Double click on that, and then this will show up. And then just do as I did before, okay? LSPDFR is installed. So let's go in first off before we go in there. I'm sorry. I'm going a little fast. I'm still covering everything. You want to go right here to Rage plugin hook. You want to right click it. And you want to go ahead and send that to your desktop. Okay, because that's how you're going to open Grand Theft Auto from now on when you're playing LSPDFR. Okay, you can see it added it right up top here. And we're going to go ahead. I like to refresh it before I cancel out. Exit out of that. You're done with this. Exit out of that. And then we're going to double click Rage plugin hook. And for the first time, it's going to send you to its home screen. Okay, and it says this message is critical. Rage plugin hook can back up your current game version, which you'd be silly not to do it. That's just going to save you in the long run. So always back up your game version, guys. Click here to yes. It doesn't take that long. Like that, it's all done. Okay, so then it's going to bring up this other menu. To start off with, it's that 10,000 the plug-in time threshold, which means that I think these are in milliseconds even. 10,000 milliseconds before one of your plugins that you install will crash, which will just cause more crashes in your game. The highest you can take this is 60,000. Okay, which just gives your plugin more time. Like, so if it fails once, it'll give it time to restart before it crashes your game and says you can't use this. Okay, so I just recommend you set it to 60,000 if you plan on putting different plugins in and all that stuff. Right here, what I was trying to find earlier is right here, your F4 key. You can change that to whatever you want. F4 key is just easier because all the other plugins don't use F4 for any type of hotkey, because they know that the console key for the Rage plugin hook is F4. So I just leave it at F4. Come over here and load these plugins on startup. I like to click load all plugins on startup. That way, if I install a new plugin, I don't have to come to this screen every single time to put a check mark by each one. So I just put it on load all plugins on startup. Once you've done all that and you're satisfied with it, let's go and save and launch. And here it tells you if you want to get back to this menu, when you double click on Rage plugin hook to start up your game, just hold the left shift button and it'll bring you straight back to it. All right, guys. So this is without any other mods. This is strictly Grand Theft Auto 5 base, and then we downloaded LSPDFR and we put it in there. So if this is all you want, which is it's kind of vanilla, guys, but if you're just wanting to try it out and you're not too understanding on how to do all the other plugins and everything, like I said, click that subscribe button and you can get notified whenever I upload every plugin that I'm going to put in this game. So this is a fresh install for me. So everything that I'm going to put in my game, that I'm going to be game playing with and everything, I'm going to make a video for so you guys know exactly how to download each thing. I believe the next video I'm going to make is going to be how to install OpenIV, which is not crucial, but if you're wanting vehicles besides the vanilla vehicles and gun sounds and the Glock and the AR-15, all the cool stuff that kind of go in there, like the physical appearance type, you're going to want to install OpenIV. Like I said, that'll be the next video. I'm going to go and skip past this real quick. As you guys can see real quick at the bottom, it says loading story mode with Rage plugin hook. That means you're on the right track. and we will see what happens whenever we load in. I'm going to fast forward this. See you guys in a second. So in order to become a cop, there's one thing we're going to do first. First, we're going to, let me think. Let's go ahead and load all plugins, okay? So we're going to go here and we're going to reload. I'm going to arrow down to reload all plugins, and then I'm going to hit tab. That's just going to autofill it for me. It's just much quicker, guys. You're going to click enter. Okay, and this is, excuse me. This is loading up LSPDFR and all that good stuff right now, and it's done. So now you see how my character, every time you do that, the character is going to be like that. And we're Franklin because we haven't made a character yet. Now we're going to go to PD. Click enter. It's going to take us to mission row. It'll take you to mission row every time. See me? I'm done with you. And there's a couple other options you can do this. Either you can walk in here and you can walk back here to the locker and you can go on duty, or you can go through the console commands. Oh my goodness. You can step in this blue circle here and it'll prompt you to press E to open up the locker room menu, or you can F4 and you can do force duty. If you do force duty though, it'll just put you in uniform and then you're off to the races. If you come here, you can select your uniform, you can select your car, and all that fancy stuff, okay? So we're gonna click enter on go on duty. Okay, and the first time doing this, it's gonna say you need to select a character to use for LSPDFR. So we're gonna, just so you know, Simeon doesn't call you whenever you go on duty. So it's just like the GTA online. You're gonna come here, you're gonna create your character however you want to create them. I'm gonna fast forward through this real quick so I can create mine while you guys are creating yours. Alright, now that we're done creating our character, you just create the upper half. The clothes and everything you'll change in the in your F1 menu and all the other menus that we're going to be installing. Give them whatever name you want. I like to use James Ripley. And then you just click enter. And click on use character. Alright, now that we're here, we can go to the police locker and select what agency you want to be part of for this patrol. So it's LSPDFR, Los Santos Sheriff Department, Highway Patrol. It's just a whole bunch of different ones, guys. Okay, so for this video, we're just gonna do LSPD, just a cop, and we have short sleeve, long sleeve, maybe just the ranks. We're gonna download EUP later, so don't really fret on this too much. You can advance customize. I'm not gonna do any of that. I'm gonna click confirm since we got our uniform ready. We're gonna go to the garage where we're gonna select what vehicle we want. As of right now, we only have the vanilla vehicles. So do with that as you want. But like I said here later on, we will be patrolling or downloading the other vehicles for sure. So I'm gonna go and click this one, change the livery on it. You can change which vehicle, the components to make it a slick top, whatever. I mean, they all have different ones. Modifications, the armor, the brakes, the engine. You can upgrade everything. We're gonna select and continue. And then we're gonna be out on patrol, guys. I'm sure on a lot of videos you'll see people talking on the radio and stuff like that. Like I said, I'm gonna make a video on all that later. But for the vanilla LSPDFR, this is what it is.